What's up YouTube, it's your boy Greezy, and today we're going to be going over how to play Ash. I'm going to redo this video, because last one I uploaded ended up having that G-Sync glitch when they were recording, where it was like every other frame was a black, so if you had epilepsy or if you have issues like with screen fragmenting, it wasn't very fun. I didn't realize when I uploaded it, so I want to make sure I redo this so we go over it, and get you a similar outlook on how to play Ash, maybe some new tips as we go along. Because I don't go off of scripts, I want to make sure I kind of keep it raw and fresh with you guys, so we kind of go over it together. Maybe find a new angle while we're both at it. But we're going to go over Ash and how you want to play it, her, how the best way is to play Ash. And we're going to go over her guns as well, because with her guns, she has two great guns to use. Especially with the new update they have with Shadow Legacy. There's a few different options you can choose from now. So on her G36, it took away ACOG from almost like every attacker, but you get the 1.5 scope. So if you like to play angle grip and still want to have a zoom level, the G36 is the play for you. You can throw angle grip, you still have a pretty good zoom, but you still have a hollow play. I like to play 4.3, so having the 1.5 is actually a really good option. Now I go back and forth with both guns. I'm still an R4C fan, but having that zoom level with this is what makes this gun really great, because it's not really that much better than the R4C. Does little less fire. I think the R4C has 860 and 39, and the G36 does 38 and 780. So they're really similar guns. It's got a much higher fire rate on the R4C, so this gun does hit like a truck if you maybe want to have that higher fire rate. Has almost no recoil. This gun doesn't have very much recoil either, so it kind of is up to you how you like to play. If you want to have that zoom though, this is the best gun to use for Ash, because you can hold a little bit longer angle. Even though it's still the 1.5, it's still got a good amount of zoom, so you can hold a better angle from a distance, but you're not worried about being too close when you get up like you used to with the old ACOG. But I still like to play the hollow, and this is a gun that's been in the game. Everyone's loved this gun. This is probably still the best gun in the game, if not top 3 best guns in the game still so far, because they have almost zero recoil. It has one of the highest fire rates on attack, and the damage is just insane, on top of her being a 3-speed. So kind of go back how you play. I like to go in T-Hunt, so whatever gun I'm feeling when I'm playing T-Hunt with her, I'll go with that day. So I go through and I feel like I'm hitting my shots better with the G36, or if I go through and I feel like I'm hitting better shots with the R4C, I'll run that. But usually 9 out of 10 times I'm going to run this just because I like that hollow on the 4.3 that I play. But it's always up to you. And then our pistols, you can go back and forth. I like the 45 on PC, but on console I bring the 5.7 because you do get 20 bullets. So it's not quite as accurate when you're on console, so I like to bring this, have a few more bullets just to try and make sure I do hit my shots. But this gun hits like a truck as a 45 cal. It's an incredible gun. So we'll jump on the map of Chalet here. We'll go over how to play Ash. So different ways to play her, not worry about trying to do too much of an entry in some areas when you're playing ranked. Good angles you can open up with using her breaching charge. And we'll kind of take it from there for you guys. So we'll jump on Chalet and we'll go over how to play Ash. Alright, so here I jumped on Chalet for you. I always spawn out at Campfire, but it's kind of your call where you want to spawn. I like this a lot, especially with the new rework of Chalet over to enter. So first off, when you think about Ash, when you watch like Pro League, if you watch any comp scenes, Ash is always referred to as your entry player. And so what that means is she's going to be your operator that you have on usually your best player, so to say. Like they have the best aim. They're going to be one that goes in the building first. That's what they call it, entry. You're the first one in the building 9 out of 10 times in a round or in that match to try and get kills or moving through the map. So you either have someone that's going to drone you in, or you're going to have someone that's coming with you. So a lot of times you'll see 2 entries, like they'll have an Ash and maybe like a Zoe or Ash and maybe IQ pushing together, so they can move through the map together and either refrag if the first guy gets killed, or be able to just push through and like either clear that side of the map, or just be able to get in there so they can try and set up and then stop from there, then drone into the rest of the map and help their support players. But in ranked, when you're playing Ash as a beginner, you really want to think about how you're going to play her, because when you have Ash, you actually have utility that's really strong. A lot of people kind of sleep on it because they like to run in with her gun because it is a great gun. But you want to think about with how you're going to play with her utility. Especially now with the new ping system, it's going to help new players a lot. So like say you have maybe your Thermite, and he's droning you in, and you're downstairs where we're at. We'll come over and bring the drone over to where we are downstairs, back by that big garage. And let's say there's maybe a Maestro camera that they put in the big garage back here. all your player now has to do instead of having to really know the map when you're trying to clear utilities, so what that means is you're trying to get rid of either a Maestro Evil Eye, like the big bubble camera you'll see people use, or maybe there's a shield in a doorway. But say they put a Maestro camera back here so they can kind of watch all this and try to either get a good angle from back here and shoot off anything that you put on. So Hibana, if you guys have maybe an ace you throw against the wall, they might put it here, but you can ping now on drones. So I'm on my drone, you can use your ping. On PC, usually you'll call it Z ping with a lot of people, but you can ping now, and they give you a number. So when you load in, you have 1 through 5, so it makes it simple for newer players as well, especially if you're getting into the game as a new player. So say you're Thermite or someone comes in and says, oh, there's a Maestro camera, and you say where? All they got to do is ping it, or if they ping it directly on the drone, it'll turn red, and you have a little icon that pops up and tells you it's there. So what that means from there, you can come in, and as that Ash player, you can come up, and then you can shoot it, get rid of it, move on. So you're not trying to talk to your teammates saying, oh yeah, it's over on the blue crates in Big Garage. Or maybe it's on, say it's on above the shelf in Big Garage. Well, it's like, okay, well, which shelf? You have some people might think of the workshop or the workbench. You have a shelf. Now you can ping it directly where it is off a drone. So it's going to be able to clear utilities. So now if you're pushing up as Ash, you also want to think about how to use your utility. So when you have 2 of these, you want to utilize them the best you can. So we're getting rid of like those Maestro cameras if they have them up, or if there's either like a shield or barbed wire. It's going to help you to shoot that, get rid of it, so you have your team have an easier way to push site. Because it's never fun in the last 40 seconds or 20 seconds of the round, you and one other person, the last 2 live, trying to push 3 people, and they're all on site. There's barbed wire in every doorway. There's either a shield there, maybe there's a cap can in the way. It's never fun to try and push all that. So when you're playing Ash, you want to help try and get rid of that. So you also can play the entry role if you want to try and go get kills, do your thing, but you also remember how to use your utility. So when I play Ash, you want to stay up as long as you can to use both your breaching rounds. So now you can either try and get rid of it quick. So say maybe we did drone in, and nobody was over here. Your guy said it's clear. There's nobody down the hallway, but there is say a shield on this doorway. So all you do, pop up, hit it, blow up the shield, and now you have an easy way to get in. And then your guys can try and pushing at the wall. So you have an ace, maybe throws 2 aces up here, or they want to come down trench and they want to get this wall. And there you go. So you drone out, so make sure there's no utility. You see that you got rid of the shield. You might have gotten rid of some barbed wire, maybe a cap can if it was there, or frost trap. And then you can go do your thing. So what I'd also like to do is opening up vertical angles with Ash. So say on that sort of map you don't have a ton of utility to worry about. Maybe they just brought like a Jaeger and not very many utility operators. So there's just the Jaeger. Maybe they brought a Frost and then a Wamai maybe, so they have more ways of stopping throwables. And then they have either a Maestro or a Bandit. So all the Bandit stuff's going to be over on that wall. They might have something over on the side wall. But that way you're not worried about getting rid of too much utility. So you don't have to worry about getting rid of all sorts of barbed wire for your team. You've done your part there. You can come over, either open up the hatch. They may reinforce that. Some teams do, some teams don't. But I like to open up vertical angles. So a good spot now over here is this main area and fireplace. So a lot of times people are going to reinforce this hatch. What they've done now with the rework is they've made more of this soft. So if you shoot this out, you're going to be able to see right into the connector instead of having that be just this lone hatch over there that had hard around it. I had like all this like black rock around it. It actually is wooden and soft. So you can open up right through here with a breaching charge if you want to do that. You can open up this vertical angle, and then you're able to see all of connector. So nobody's going to be able to play there easily. Or another good one that's always up is there might be a Maestro or a Myra if it's up, and they'll put the Myra right here on this wall. Open on the floor. They'll put it on this wall. It's actually further up now. They've moved it up, so it's actually gonna be more like up here on this wall. And you can shoot it out. You can use that, hit it, or you can go further back and you can shoot it out. But it's always nice to be able to open up vertical angles. So if you want to open up the angle, say if you want to watch, you want to open up that, you can shoot it here. It'll open up a pretty good size hole you can watch. Or you can also try and open up ways to watch rotates. So another big spot people play now with the way the basement's been reworked, opening up right here is a good spot as well. If it didn't glitch out on me. But usually a good spot, yeah, just go through here. You can open up this. and then you can see this whole backside that people try to play. Because a lot of times up here, they're going to either try to play this wine cellar that's right here, or you can come back over here a little further and you can get the connector. But these areas back here are good spots, or even through here. If you open up back here, there's a spot people like to sit now that's really common. Yeah, right there. So you either can watch them rotating through the doorway and connector because they've kind of opened it up a little bigger, or you can do it further back right through here. And then you can get people that like to sit up on top of this wall. So you want to think about how you're going to play Ash. And another good spot is I always bring flashes as well. You can bring your breaching charges if you want to. But as again, like we're talking about her being that entry role, it helps you do what's called pop flash when you're trying to push in. So say you've done your utility, you've opened up that top angle so they can try to move around. You can help your team get that. You've gotten rid of the shield, there's some barbed wire. From there, what you can do is try to push down. Say you want to go down main, there's nobody up there, or they're sitting here holding you. You have someone drone you down. And then they say there's somebody that they had sitting either right here, or they had somebody in connector trying to protect the angle as well, so they're sitting behind this shelf. So what you do is a pop flash. So what you do is you can get an angle, you throw it, and as soon as it pops, you push. So that's a good way to help clear roamers as well. So maybe you had to go upstairs, you're trying to clear roamers as Ash. So that's another good way to play Ash, is roam clearing when you play entry. So go get rid of your utilities, say you open up the angle, or you get rid of that shield. And then you can take off and go do your thing. So from there, say they had somebody, heard one of your teammates say, oh, they're over by Master in Jacuzzi. Okay, so you can push over to Jacuzzi. And say they're in there, you heard them running, or they're sitting in the Jacuzzi, you hear them like rummaging around, you hear their body moving. You just pop flash, and then you have an easy kill. Because either this player is either going to sit here holding that angle, but when you throw that, either they're going to turn and try and hide themselves, or they're going to 180 to the back and try to hide themselves. But if they're laying down, that's going to make it even harder for them. So at that point, that little pop flash gave you a free kill. Because all you had to do was pop it in, and then you have a nice easy kill on whoever was in the bathtub. Or if you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to throw that, and then they're going to take off. And they're probably not going to move as quickly as you think they will, because once you throw that, they're going to hear it bounce, and then they're going to pause because they want to make that decision. And so you'll catch them on their way out, because it does take time for them to have to stand up and sprint, vault, and get out the door. So they might be on the right track running towards it, but you're going to get a nice easy kill in the back. So when you play Ash, just remember to use her utility smart. You can open up vertical angles if you want with her. You can take your Maestro cameras, any utility. That's my favorite way to do it. Those get rid of utility to help your team. Because once you get rid of your utility, you get rid of cameras, either any barbed wire or Maestro cams. At that point, you can try and go get some kills and do your thing from there. If you have any comments down below, though, or if you have any guns you like to use as Ash, let me know now. What's your favorite gun? If you're on console, let me know which one you prefer as well. Because I do prefer the R4C on console also. Because I play Hollow everything on console. I have nothing I play an ACOG on. But we'll keep us in next time, boys. Keep it easy. Keep it breezy. It's your boy Greezy. I'm out.
The diffuser has been secured. Standing.
He's in the hallway in between locker and all that.
Okay, east side.
Rook is down, but he might be going to the